Yasas. My name is Shai Nickerson, and in the spring of 2018, I studied abroad with CollegeYearInAthens. When I was considering study abroad, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I belonged to a very low-income family. I had never traveled outside of the eastern U.S., never been on a plane, and had very limited experience interacting with other cultures. When I was accepted to the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, many of my dreams turned into real possibilities. This included the opportunity to travel. As a freshman, I was awarded my first passport from Carolina Global Initiatives. This leads me to my first point of advice. Talk to your school about opportunities you may qualify for. There are so many awards and scholarships that aren't broadcasted that could change your plans and present you with golden opportunities. Make sure that you seek those out. Getting my passport really pushed me to look at study abroad programs. Initially, I had no idea what I was looking for. I had no real pulls to a specific country. I simply wanted to experience a new culture. The opportunities are endless, and while that is a good thing, it can also be pretty overwhelming in situations like these. In an effort to solidify my decisions, I went to the Campus Study Abroad Fair. Here, I talked to upwards of 30 program representatives. It was a lot, but the one program that really stood out to me was CollegeYearInAthens. The CYA ambassador gave me the whole spiel, ranging from course offerings to extracurriculars to the travel opportunities. And honestly, I fell in love with the program right then and there. I went back to my dorm and immediately started working on my application. Moral of this story is go to the study abroad fairs. My time abroad was an experience like no other. I made so many unforgettable memories and so many priceless friendships. Living in the heart of Athens gives way to a number of privileges. I lived only a 15-minute walk away from the Acropolis and was surrounded by countless museums and monuments. I believe one of the most outstanding parts of CYA program, however, is how intertwined their classes are with in-life experiences. In my course on ancient Macedonia and Alexander the Great, we traveled to northern Greece to see Pella and Vergina for ourselves. Our class acted out King Philip's assassination on the very ground that it happened on thousands of years ago. I received lectures in the exact cave where Aristotle taught young Alexander, and I got to see excavated mosaics before they were even announced to the public. In my Byzantine art and architecture class, we went to the great ancient city of Mistra to study architecture, and the Hosios Lukas Monastery to understand the old and modern practices of the Eastern Orthodox Church. Furthermore, in my Attic tragedy class, I had the privilege of going inside the Great Odeon, something very few people have done. Reciting the epics of Homer center stage is something I will never forget. I gained unfathomable knowledge in these classes, but the learning wasn't limited to them. The program took us to a plethora of important places around the country, ranging from Delphi, Sparta, Thessaloniki, Olympia, Crete, and more. At these places, we got more than just a tour guide experience, as our professors, who are all experts in their field, led us through these wonders of the world and granted us with priceless knowledge. I also did some traveling on my own, making memories that I never thought I'd get the chance to have. I trekked across the sacred island of Delos, hiked the volcano of Santorini, stood in the very place the famous Venus de Milo was extracted, spelunked in the caves where the marble for the Parthenon was quarried, and more. Henry Miller once said that one's destination is never a place, but a new way of seeing things. The world has magnificent depth, and through study abroad, I believe that I have been transformed into a mature, well-rounded person who can appreciate this depth in every aspect of life. I have been thrust into a culture that is not my own, and I have accepted and learned from this unfamiliar environment. I now have a greater appreciation for other cultures as well as my own. It's easy to get stuck in the bubble of your own experience, but studying abroad teaches you that there's so much more out there. I believe that studying abroad with CYA has acted as a catalyst, transforming me into a strong individual that can handle the challenges thrown at me. CYA has also contributed to one of the largest choices of my life, in my decision to pursue a career and study abroad. In conclusion, my experiences abroad provided me with a plethora of unforgettable experiences, priceless friendships, and it also allowed me to solidify a path for my future. I would 100% recommend CYA to anyone who is interested. It was the perfect balance of everything you should look for in an abroad experience. I learned so much while having the flexibility and free time to explore Greece with all the new wonderful friends I had made. If I could rewind and live it all again, I would in a heartbeat. Thank you, and yasas.